Let's begin lesson 9 on page 208. I've already done all the usual stuff. I've started Photoshop, restoring the default preferences. I've changed my move tool to remove the auto select, changed my scrubby zoom to turn off the scrubby zoom, gone to a lighter interface, changed my pop-up window to show the current tool, and I have right now open 09 working.psd. As you hopefully have seen in the notes, instead of using Adobe Bridge, we have gone in and opened up the 09 working.psd, which has all the necessary files from Bridge already opened up and inside, and we're ready to go. We will put our layers in the proper order. I'll put the monster hair at the top of the stack, and I'll bring down franken.psd to the bottom of the stack. While I have Franken selected with my move tool, I'm just going to drag him down, holding the shift key to make sure it's a straight drag down, although that's not really necessary, but there it is, straight on drag down. Next, I will resize the contents of all the other layers to be about 50% of the original size. You don't have to worry about exactly 50%. I'm going to select the first layer and then shift click to select the last layer, except for the Franken layer. So I have all the other layers selected. And now I'll go to Edit and Free Transform. With the Free Transform tool, I'll drag from one corner, hold the Shift key to maintain my proportions, and get down to about 50% of the original size. Exact size is not important here. If I wanted exactly 50%, I'd go and use the scale and take my scale down to exactly 50. But right around 50, anywhere in there will do. And while I have them still selected, I'll just click and drag and put them kind of on top of the head here. Again, exact position not important because we're going to reposition each of those individually in a few minutes. Hit Enter to accept that position. First, I'll zoom in, Z for the zoom tool, and draw a marquee around that area so I can get a closer look at the face. I'm going to turn off all the layers except for green skin, texture, and Franken. I've got only my green skin texture layer selected. I'm going to go to my move tool, to edit, free transform, and now we'll resize this so it fits the face. Enter to accept the transformation and save your file. We are going to apply the liquify filter, so we will turn this into a smart object. So we can redo our settings if we need to. Layers, panel, options, and convert to smart object. Now we can go and do liquify. If your face aware options are open in the liquify, we're going to close those to get those out of the way. Come down and use our view options. We'll select behind as the mode and set the opacity to 75. We'll get the zoom tool, zoom in so we can see just the face. We will use the forward warp tool, W on the keyboard, and we'll set our brush size to 150, pressure 75. So we're going to pull this eye down a little bit with the forward warp tool to close that opening. You push the bottom up a little bit to close it as well. Likewise here, squeeze it down from the bottom, squeeze it up. I'm squeezing from the middle of the brush. Imagine a crosshair right in the middle there that pushes it up a little bit. And if you like, you can scooch the edges in just a little bit. We'll do some more fine-tuning of these eyes in a later step. You're not trying to match an exact look, so use these tools to make the scariest face that you can. When you're finished, click OK and save your file.